Well, I'm here at one of my favorite places on the planet, my friend John's home in Falls Village, Connecticut. It is so warm, it is so cozy, it is so inviting, and I think that's because it's my friend John's home. I feel safe here. I feel as if this is one of my spots because when I come here, I feel like myself. And I feel like I have found my special people here, and John is definitely one of those. So I thought I'd share today a little bit about how we met one another, how you can find these special people in your lives, what they mean to me, and how basically our friendship and our relationship, both professional and personal, has just unfolded over time to include Stuart, to include Hubs. It is just a wonderful feeling to find people that make you feel this safe, this wonderful, and this loved. So join me on this very, very special video right here in Falls Village. Well, if you've been watching my channel at all this month, you know that I have been absolutely obsessed with this concept and the creation of coziness. And nothing to me is more cozy than being in a cozy environment that feels like to me, it feels like the essence of Thanksgiving right now.
It does.
And in New England of all places. But what really makes me feel cozy is because I am here with my buddy, John. Uh-huh. And what's interesting is we've known each other for 4 years. Yeah. And I thought so many of you have asked me, well, how did you become friends? And how has this really deep relationship happened so quickly? So I thought we would explain that a little bit. And then also, I think, try to share some tips on how you can maybe find special people in your life that make you feel cozy and warm. And for me, most importantly, safe.
I think it's acting on it. I think if you feel that connection, you have to act on it. And some of us get too shy or don't do that, and you can miss out on a great opportunity.
Yeah, so. And you're afraid. Yeah. And I think, and it's interesting because your partner Craig, when we met, he goes, isn't this kind of weird that this person that you've just been talking to on Instagram?
And he's the one who found your channel, you know.
Yeah, he found it,
but he just at first he was like, what, you're just inviting her over? I'm like, sure. And then once he got on board, all this magic happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would say within 5 minutes in the restaurant of meeting one another, it was just like there was no awkwardness, there was no. I don't know. It just felt effortless.
Let's rewind a bit.
Okay.
And so basically what we did was, how we met was over the pandemic. Well, first I'll tell you a little bit about me.
Yeah,
and then how we're here.
Who are you, John?
Yeah, who am I? This elusive person. I don't think we did a proper intro when you were here in June.
And I get in trouble when I don't introduce people.
Oh yeah, I saw the comments. My name is John Saldivar. I am originally from Texas. I grew up in Texas, but I moved to New York about 25 years ago, and I've worked in the fashion industry, accessories industry for, again, 25 years. Something that I've loved. I loved anything visual. I started actually in apparel design, then moved my way into art directing, creative operations.
You had your own line. He had his own line.
Briefly, yeah. And then I moved into something I really had a passion about. And again, like I was just saying, a lot of people don't know what creative operations is, but it really is truly kind of managing the visual aspects of a brand. It's, from working with the producers to get the photo shoots just right for whatever catalog you see or whatever billboard you see, down to the company's branding, the logos, all of that. So I've always been very much one to work with my hands or something visual. So
and his eye for detail is absolutely exceptional. It's just incredible. But I think, so I have to say, John gets all the credit for this friendship because you did the initial outreach. Craig said, maybe we had a lot in common. Why don't you reach out? Yep. You did. You said, Linda, I really think that New England would be very much on brand for you. I think you should come up here and shoot some of the locations, the Mount, Paige Dickey,
Bunny Williams,
all this kind of thing. And it took us, gosh, how long?
So I'll never forget the very first Instagram message I sent you. It had nothing to do with you coming in. I remember you were at the fairy tale house and you were needing to change the fence panels in the potager at the back, and you were worried about having brand new wood. And so I sent you. I said, I have this homemade fume. You know how to age your wood. Anyways, and you and I started talking a little then. And then one day over, especially over the pandemic, just for those of you who aren't familiar with kind of my setup, I live and work in New York City, and then this is a weekend home. It's no longer a weekend home with my schedule. You know, I'm here most of the time now, and then I pop in when I need to work. Same with my partner. And over the pandemic, you know, we were all furloughed, and I just dove into the garden, and so did my partner. And he found your channel. Craig found your channel, and then we started watching, and then I just started realizing, yes, our climates are very different, but we still have so many of the same base plantings and so many staples. And so that's when I reached out and I said, hey, I just realized, if you ever need, more content, because again, being a creative person, I know how hard it is to create content and always have something new and fresh, and also even just relatable to your viewers in other areas. So that's when I reached out and I just planted the seed out there. And then we just talked about it for a few years.
Yeah, but it was during COVID, so there were obviously some impediments to making anything happen immediately. But I think that worked out for the best, because in the course of that, we became friends over some really personal things. Your mom you were having to move your mom. She was beginning, she was beginning to have some issues with her memory. All that's related to the health and caregiving for a parent. I had just gone through all of that. You were from Texas, so we had kind of a geographic language in common, and then we began. I don't know. I'd probably you'd send me something. Oh, isn't this great? And then I'd send you something. Oh, isn't this great?
And you almost came in 2022 or 23, almost 2 years ago.
But then I moved.
But then you moved to. The cottage.
To the cottage. Yeah. But eventually, eventually we did get together, and it has just been the best of times ever since. I'm embarrassed to say this, but the other night when we were kind of trying to wrap up some loose ends, and we realized we were on the phone for 2 hours. Yes. And I never talk on the phone. I don't even like to talk on the phone. If my
phone rings, I get scared.
Yeah. But I think the thing is that we fuel each other's creative energies. And I'll say, oh, we could do this. And then you'll say, oh, we could do that. And half the time we complete each other's sentences. We're constantly interrupting each other. It's just this kind of fusion of ideas. And we have very similar taste, I think.
We do.
And
also what was meaningful to me about all of this, it was not only did I immediately feel a connection, which is also why you have the viewers you do, because they feel a connection. I definitely felt that. And again, like we said earlier, when I was moving my mother up to live with my partner and me, she lived with us for about a year or two when she was, still self-sufficient and could take care of herself until she went to memory care. And one of the things we did together, almost as a small family unit, is watch you. And so it was something that we would just do. And so again, it's deeper than it even.
Yeah, it's become, you guys are like family to us. And we, I was telling Jamie, I said, okay, this is funny. I've become the kind of person that goes to New York on business. How pretentious does that sound? But that's not really what it is. I really come to see you and Craig. And that's another component, I think, that has been so special to us. Craig isn't here. We would introduce him. But what's interesting is while John and I, we would get together and blather on and on and on and on about all sorts of inanities and stuff that we like to talk about. And while we were doing that, then Craig and Jamie were bonding over, oh my gosh, travel and nature.
They've been everywhere.
They have been everywhere. Yeah. And they have their own really special language and special interest in well, like I say, travel,
connection,
travel and the exotic quality of the world and different places they've been and things that they've got in common. So it's become just a really like I say, just kind of a warm, I'm sounding like a,
family.
Beating a dead horse, but it's just family and dead horse. And I honestly believe this, that I think you would do anything for me.
Absolutely.
And I think I would do anything for you.